somehow, some way. Somehow, some way, the number one player in high school, the number one player going into the draft a year before, somehow, some way he fell to 14th overall in the 2018 NBA draft. Somehow, some way, a 6'10" superstar scoring phenom, 3-level assassin, Michael Porter Jr. Somehow, a kid averaging 36 points per game and 13 rebounds per game in high school fell to the 14th pick overall. Somehow, some way, Jerry West with not one but two picks at 12 and 13 looked at Michael Porter Jr. The medical staff evaluated him, said, no, we need to pass. He'll never be a player. No, we need to forego. He'll never be a player. No, we can't trust him to produce, to be anything. Somehow, some way, the New York Knicks selected Kevin Knox. Somehow, some way, all these teams passed on Michael Porter Jr., Marvin Bagley. It don't matter who it is. DeAndre Ayton. It don't matter who it is. Somehow, some way. Now, if you got Luka Doncic, I understand. Michael Porter Jr., if he played for the Sacramento Kings, if he played for the Atlanta Hawks, if he played for the Detroit Pistons, if he played for the New Orleans Pelicans, if Michael Porter Jr. wasn't playing on a contender, he'd be putting up 25, 7, and 3 right now on 50, 40, 80 splits. But somehow, some way, Michael Porter Jr. is the third star on the Denver Nuggets next to the MVP, Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, all NBA caliber guard, and Michael Porter Jr. 39 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists on 13 of 21 shooting. 8 of 12, 75%, 8 of 12 from the three-point line, 5 of 5 from the free throw line, with not 1, not 2, but 3 blocks. And Michael Porter Jr. was a plus 12 tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause. Boys and girls, come one, come all. Michael Porter Jr. is a problem. Come one, come all. Michael Porter Jr. looks like a future all-star. I've been saying it for the last couple of weeks. I've been saying this all season. Michael Porter Jr. plays with Zion Williamson level efficiency from the perimeter. Michael Porter Jr. is shooting since the All-Star break, the only player in the NBA averaging over 20 points per game, 55% from the field, and 45% from three. The only player in the NBA. Michael Porter Jr., man, special talent. He's been learning. He's been growing, learning how to be a two-way player. But you know what? Michael Porter Jr., man, I said it on my Twitter, future two-way all-star. A future two-way all-star. He may never be an A-plus perimeter on-ball defender, but his help defense is elite. 3 great blocks tonight. Helping when he needs to. The dude is cutting, he's moving, he's slashing. There are some shots that Michael Porter Jr. missed that had he just squared his shoulders up, he might have been 16 or 17, 21, y'all. Easy. From the perimeter. So, man, we got something special. With all the calamity that the Denver Nuggets are dealing with all the injuries, Jamal Murray, now Will Barton, Monte Morris, missing 2 starters and your 6th man, with all the negative things that have been happening around the team, we have to remember that the MVP, Nikola Jokic, 29 minutes, 24 points, 8 rebounds, 12 assists on 10 of 14 from the field, 4 of 6 from the free throw line, 1 block, 1 steal, and a plus 10. We got to remember the MVP plays for the Denver Nuggets. We got to remember that Michael Porter Jr., up-and-coming all-star player, 39 points, 13 of 21 from the field, and 8 of 12 from the three-point line. We don't have a lot of things to be celebrate right now as a team with the Denver Nuggets, but the Denver Nuggets are 39 and 21. They're secured in the 4th place, trying to climb the standings to get up to number 3, perhaps. They're secured in the 4th place. The Denver Nuggets are winning. They're playing basketball, and they're a joy to watch. We're still in the golden era of Denver Nuggets basketball, despite all the injuries. And Michael Porter Jr. is a reason to be excited for the playoffs because of Nikola Jokic, Michael Porter Jr. two-man game against the LA Lakers, the Clippers, whomever. LeBron and AD might have something to say, but they're going to make it difficult. They're going to make it difficult. Jokic, MVP, Jokic going to get his. Michael Porter Jr. is ascending. He's learning. If we can get Michael Porter Jr. in the playoffs, averaging something around 25, 8, and 3, that's a success. Team success. The ceiling might not be the same without Jamal Murray. Now without a healthy Will Barton. Hopefully Monte Morris is back fully integrated and fully healthy by that point. We might not have that same NBA Finals winning caliber roster, but we got a team that can get to the Western Conference Finals. Dallas is winning. They beat the Lakers again. They're a game back on the Lakers. If there's a situation where the Nuggets stay in the 4 and Dallas moves up to the 5, I like the Nuggets' chance to win that first round series. And then they would have to play the Utah Jazz or the Phoenix Suns. And I like the Nuggets against that. I like the Nuggets in both of those matchups against the Utah Jazz and the Phoenix Suns. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Even without Jamal Murray, I like those matchups. Even without Jamal Murray. Because the Nuggets have an egalitarian system outside of Jokic. And really even outside of MPJ. MPJ might not be able to get more than 25 every night, but he's going to give you 17 to 27 every game. That's just where he is in his career right now. He's a lot more consistent. Think about it. Jamal Murray didn't get consistent scoring in the regular season like this, 21, 5, and 4 on 40% from 3 and 49% from the field. He didn't get that till this year in the regular season, in his 5th year. Porter's there in his 2nd year, in the regular season. So who knows what Porter's ceiling is? If Porter can take that Jamal Murray leap in the playoffs, then that's a whole different discussion. That means that the Nuggets are contending for the Western Conference Finals again. So we'll see. But we'll see. Good game tonight, y'all. Y'all, let's give a shout out to some people real quick. Let's give a shout out, man. PJ Dozier. I've said it on this channel. You probably looked it up and seen other people covering the Nuggets saying PJ Dozier should have been starting. He should have been starting because PJ is so long. He gives you so much defensively. Tonight, PJ Dozier in 28 minutes had 23 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists, 10 of 13 from the field, 3 of 5 from the three-point line. He had 3 in the first quarter. He had 2 blocks, had 2 steals, and he was a plus 21. That's a game high, y'all. Game high plus 21. PJ Dozier has a lot of these games where he's a plus 30, plus 28. Now he'll have a minus 14, minus 15, minus 20 game in there sometimes with a bench. But you put him with the starters, he's more than likely going to have a plus. And again, it's just because of the way he fits around Jokic. He can cut. Y'all, by the way, stop, time out. Did y'all see that pass that Nikola Jokic had to PJ Dozier right before the half was out? The Houston Rockets were shooting. By the way, I'm SwipaCam. Welcome back to another episode. I didn't introduce myself. Welcome back, Swiper Gang. I just got done watching the Denver Nuggets wax the Houston Rockets on April 24, 2021, 129 to 116, and the game was not that close, but the bench was in basically the rest of the fourth quarter. But PJ Dozier, the Houston Rockets just made a free throw. Nikola Jokic looking like Peyton Manning. I said that Nikola Jokic is the Patrick Mahomes of the NBA because we've never seen a player. We've never seen a center. Never seen a big man. Never seen someone 6'10 or taller, 6'11 or taller, 7 foot or taller passing the ball like this. Nikola Jokic grabs the ball off the make, flies out of bounds while he's rolling to his left. He throws it with his right in step for PJ Dozier, a 6'6" receiver. Catches the ball, dunk with 0.01 seconds left. And the Denver Nuggets go up in the half, 72 to 50. Again, y'all, that's one of those plays that when Nikola Jokic has his Hall of Fame reel going one day, whenever he has that opportunity to give his Hall of Fame speech, which will come, that's gonna be one of the plays on the reel. Because only him, that's really, I mean, you can maybe go back to Larry Bird back in the day, but you've never seen a player grab the ball off of a free throw, run out of bounds, and then launch it 94 feet for a layup with 0.09 seconds left. You've never seen it. You've never seen it. And he continues to show you why he's the MVP. Tonight, 4, 8, and 12 on 29 minutes. Just unheard of efficiency. Like he's been having all year. Unheard of efficiency. Like he's been having all year. PJ Dozier tonight looked great. Long, athletic, cutting to the basket, hitting his three-pointers. If PJ Dozier plays like this, then the Denver Nuggets have a chance against anybody. Because what you need PJ to do is play under control, and really you need him to cut and hit his open shots. If you can get Aaron Gordon hitting his open shots sometimes, PJ Dozier, you can get your Jermichael Greens, you can get your, eventually when he comes back, Monte Morris, your Will Bartons of the world, your Paul Millsaps of the world, your Austin Rivers of the world. If you can get them hitting shots, man, the Nuggets got a chance against anybody because Jokic's going to command so much attention and he's still going to dominate. I mean, there's an opportunity, man, for Jokic in the playoffs put up something like 30, 10, and 10 each game because he might have to. We'll see how long they last, but he might have to do that. In MPJ, like I said, 25, 8, and 3 in the playoffs, 25, 8, and 2 in the playoffs, that's winning basketball. Man, he might even be able to get 26, 27, 9, and 2. The minutes are going to be, he's going to be playing 40, 41 minutes a game. So, Nuggets look good tonight. Give a shout out to Facundo Campazzo. Shout out tonight, Facu. 5 points, 2 rebounds, but 13 assists. If that's a Jason Kidd game, if I've ever seen it. 13 assists, 1 of 5 from the field, 0 of 3 from the three-point line. You don't like that. 3 of 3 from the free throw line. He was a plus 15. Plus 15 tonight. Facu had some great passes to MPJ, Aaron Gordon, Yoke. One of the things that you do value with Facu is right now with Morris, Jamal Murray, and Will Barton out, you missed 3 of your best entry pass guards, meaning who giving the ball to Jokic on the block. Those are your 3 best guards doing it, and Facu can do that. He can do a lot of that. So Facu played really well tonight. That 13 assists is his career high in the NBA. He was doing his job. If Facu can hit shots and he can facilitate, again, it makes the Nuggets almost unguardable. So we need to continue to see good Facu. Aaron Gordon tonight, only 20 minutes. I think he bumped his knee a little bit. So, again, Malone was just being very hesitant with him. He didn't have to play in the fourth quarter. 7 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 of 7 from the field, 1 of 4 from the three-point line, 1 steal, plus 16 tonight. Austin Rivers tonight, look, he's getting more aggressive in the right way. He looked good. 29 minutes. Take a month off basketball. Next thing you know, you're playing 29 minutes for a contender. 9 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 of 7 from the field, 2 of 6 from the three-point line, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, a plus 5. Jermichael Green, 21 minutes, 10 points, 3 rebounds, 4 of 5 from the field, 2 of 2 from the three-point line, a plus 9. JaVale McGee signing, 6 points, 2 rebounds, but 3 of 5 from the field, 0 of 1 from the three-point line with 1 block. Well, here's the key stat. He was a plus 15. And the reason he was a plus 15 is because whenever he was in the game, if he was in the paint, the Rockets weren't shooting in the paint. If they had an open lane and they saw him, they weren't shooting in the paint. If he was on offense and he was rolling to the rack, they had to contend for him because they can't let him get, they cannot let him get alley-oops. So he was playing the Rudy Gobert low. And honestly, if Michael Malone, if he gets to the point in the playoffs where he's just trying to give you a different look, I would just literally turn that second unit into the Utah Jazz, just space the floor, and have Rudy, a.k.a. JaVale McGee, just roll to the rack and take all that pressure, and then you got your shooters in the corner, whether it be Paul Millsap, whether it be JaMychal Green, whether it be PJ Dozier or Michael Porter Jr. or Shaq, whoever it is, you can light them up because they're going to have to stop that, and he's going to be able to do that. So he played well tonight. He looked good. Bobo got in the game. Vlatko Čančar got in the game. Marcus Howard got in the game. Zeke Naji got in the game. So overall, it was a good game. The Denver Nuggets are now 39-21, securedly in the 4th spot. They are 4 games up above the Lakers right now. They are 5.5 games above the Dallas Mavericks, and they are 3 games behind the Clippers with a decent opportunity to catch. But the Clippers just been playing well. The Suns have been playing well. The Jazz have been playing well. I mean, everyone in the top 4 has just been winning. The Nuggets are 13-3 in their last 16, I believe. Let's see, 1-1, 5-1, 5-2. 10-2, sheesh. 13-2, 13-3, 14-3, 14-4, I think. Golly. 17-4 in the last 21, I think. Man, that's winning. And they started in the 5th seed when the Lakers started sliding, and they have literally been in the 4th seed since Aaron Gordon came, basically, because everyone else is winning up top. So it's just been wild in the Western Conference, man. Nikola Jokic goes off. Joel Embiid did not play again tonight, so that means 19-game difference between the two. You know, it's just that's the thing. Even when Jokic is not having great games, like he had 17, 6, and 6 against the Golden State Warriors last night, he's playing. Of course, you can't hurt your case if you're not playing, and every game you play is dominant because you're fresh, or it's perceived as dominant, or most of your games are perceived as dominant. Well, because you only have such a sample size to work with, but Jokic's going to win the MVP, man. Michael Porter Jr. is ascending, y'all. The Nuggets will continue to grind. They'll be back. They play again on Monday against the Memphis Grizzlies in Denver, and then they play against the Pelicans in Denver, then Toronto Raptors in Denver, leading up to the LA Clippers game. And there's an opportunity for that to be a pivotal matchup. Because then they play the Lakers, then they play New York, who has won 9 straight. Then they play Utah, so nice little stretch coming up. Be excited, Denver Nuggets. We got Memphis coming back. SwipaCam. I'll see y'all soon.